Hey Pile One, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be getting messages from the divine, whatever comes out. When I was thinking about this reading, my guys said do a whatever comes out video. I'm like, okay. So yeah, let's see what we have. We got Judgment for your tarot. I actually pulled 2 tarot cards and I kept them. So we have Judgment and we have the Lovers for your 2. Well, they're naked, so I ain't gonna show them. Let's see. We got Judgment and we have the Lovers. I don't know why I felt the need to show them. I just heard the proof is in the pudding. So maybe a lot of y'all that pick Pile 1, or some of y'all that pick Pile 1 is y'all are very skeptical people. Meditate more. New love. Wow, we got new love, and we have the Lover's card and Judgment. We have you will figure it out, and we have you were a fairy incarnated. You are a fairy incarnated, excuse me. It's making me feel think about like the fairy world and like the elves, the unicorns, the dragons, and I actually have a dragon on my shirt. That's crazy. But I'm thinking about all of the mystical animals like the dragons, and other mystical beings like elves, fairies, trolls even. I'm thinking about there is mystical beings trying to help you / contact you, but you could be a very skeptical person. Y'all could be analytical, y'all could be logical, and you're receiving help from some mystical beings, but you can't perceive it right now because that's not where your head is at right now. You probably are into spirituality, but you're not into mystical creatures yet, or you just don't believe that, or I'm not that deep into it. So you could feel like you're not that deep, or you're still like a newbie when it comes to like your awakening. We do have a Judgment here. So you could be like newly awakening to a new spiritual gift, and that's what my guys wanted to come through and let you know. And when I was also asking my guides, should I do messages from their guides, and they're like, no, messages from your guys. So they wanted to make it clear that I'm gonna be giving messages from specifically my guides. So those of you that pick Pile 1 could be reconnecting with a mythical creature that you used to be close with in a past life, or that you used to help, or that you used to guide. Y'all could be taking turns, like maybe in the last, this is just an example, but maybe in your previous life you guided them, and then in this life they're guiding you. So there's like this new spiritual being that's coming around you, and I just heard fears. They could be coming through in a lot of your fears, and this makes sense because I went on like a walking meditation earlier, and I got a download about fears, and what my spiritual team was saying was that sometimes every single fear that we have is not meant to be overcome. So y'all could have fears. Y'all could have fears. Y'all could have lots of fears, because it's making me think about the fact that I get really scared of like birds and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. I've just always had this like fear of birds. And my spiritual team was letting me know that some fears are not meant to be overcome. So sometimes fears are not something that you need to get over. Like, for example, say if you were scared of birds, and say if you were, and my guys are saying listen, well, okay, but say you were scared of birds, and every time you saw a bird it made you want to go the other way. You just didn't vibe with them, you didn't like them, and you saw it as like a fear that you needed to get over, but it wasn't really a fear you needed to get over. The fear was actually serving you, because every time spirit wanted to warn you about something or tell you to turn around or go the other way, they'll put a bird in your path because they know that you have that fear, and that would be kind of like a way that they can communicate like, hey, don't go that way. But if you committed yourself to trying to get over that fear, and if you see a bird and still was like, you know what, I'm still gonna cross the path even if I'm scared, I'm gonna face my fears, and you would be kind of not getting the message that was intended for you to get. So a lot of y'all could have fears that y'all are trying to get over, but these fears aren't meant necessarily for you to get over, because sometimes you don't have to necessarily get over a fear. Sometimes you can just be aware of them, and just be aware of them, and don't lie to yourself about the fear. Like if you have a fear of judgment, we have judgment here. If you have a fear of judgment, or you have a fear of I don't know, stage fright. A lot of people have stage fright, and that doesn't mean don't get rid of your stage fright, but what my guys are saying is be aware of your fears, and then you need to meditate on what fears need to be overcome and what fears need to just be taken as symbols from the universe to communicate with you, because we also communicate through our fears. And also animals that we fear can also be our spirit animals, even though we're scared of them, because they're here to teach us a lesson. They're here to show us something through that fear of them. And a spiritual teacher told me this once, and I never forgot it, about I forget her name, but she's like, I forget her name, but what she said was sometimes your spirit animal comes to you in an animal that you can't stand. Like you can't stand, she said, most likely if you can't stand an animal, like if there's an animal that you cannot stand, a lot of the times that could be like your spirit animal, that could be your spirit guide, because we don't only learn through being courageous, we learn through being fearful also, because both sides of the coin. So there could be something in your life that you are fearful of, and you keep trying to get over it, and you've been probably trying to get over this fear your entire life. But my spirit team is saying to look at that fear and see how you can use that fear in your everyday life in order to help you, and take that fear as a message. So like with the bird situation, if you're scared of birds and you are walking the path and you see a bird in your path, you can take that as a symbol from the universe, from spirit, to say, turn around, go the other way, don't go that way, you might not want to walk that way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying take this video and start being super fearful of everything and being okay with that. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that a lot of the time you don't always have to get over a certain fear. You know how some people have phobias, some people have, you know, of course, if it's like a crippling fear and you can't live life, then of course you may want to get over that fear just to have a better quality of life. But a lot of the time when we have those little minor fears, those subconscious fears, those are actually spiritual gifts. There could be a lot of spiritual gifts within your fear. and it's reminding me of I'm seeing like a nerd. You know, like on the TV shows, they have like the nerd kid and they're allergic to like 50 different things and stuff like that. And my guys are saying that sometimes, like, when you're allergic to things, it's not because, like, that shouldn't be something that you should try to like change or try to overcome or something like that, or try to like kind of manifest your way to not being allergic to those things. A lot of the times, the things that we can't tolerate are our spiritual connection to the other side. So our fears are our spiritual connection to the other side. So sometimes when you are allergic to things, it's for a reason. It's because those things don't belong in your body, or you just don't vibe with those things. There's a reason, because you don't vibe with those things. That's letting you know, hey, you don't vibe with those things. Those things are not good. Like, say if you are allergic to I'm gonna pick something like uncommon. And say if you are allergic to oranges. Let's just say oranges. Now you know that you're allergic to oranges, which means your being doesn't agree with that. Your being doesn't agree with those oranges, right? So you can use that as a gift, because you can think, when you, wow, y'all, oh my God, tell me why an orange car just passed by. A bright ass orange car. How often do you see that? Oh my God. Anyway, whoa, that was crazy. Okay, so if you are allergic to oranges and you see an orange, instead of being fearful like, oh, I'm allergic to oranges, whatever, you can use that as a spiritual gift. Like, okay, who's holding the orange? What is the universe, what is God trying to let me know about this specific situation I'm in? You can start using your actual fears, or the things that don't resonate with you, to figure out what the universe is trying to let you know. Because if you come across something that you don't vibe with, or if you come across an animal that you're scared of, there's a reason for that. That is your spirit team. That is God talking to you through symbols. So y'all could use your fear as symbols. Use your fear as communication from the other side. That's the biggest message that I have for Pile 1. And the world will start to become more magical for you, just like that bright ass orange car passing by when I was talking about oranges. That is insane. Wow. So yeah, Pile 1, let me know how y'all resonated with this. Like, comment, and subscribe. Look at my description if you need a personal reading, because I offer so many different readings, y'all. I offer personal readings, I offer coaching, timeline jumping classes, I offer group readings, and I'll be offering a lot more in the future. So check out my description, get familiar with how to book, whatever. And thank y'all so much for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be talking about, who knows? I don't know. We are doing whatever comes out. So my guys wanted me to just do whatever comes out. I've never did this reading before. And I asked my guys, I was like, do I do messages from their guides? And they were like, no, messages from your guys. So this is messages from my guys specifically, y'all. So yes. Ooh, so we got the 3 of Pentacles. We have Wrap Your Head. We have Sing Like No One's Watching, Throat Chakra, and I just got a song. I got that Rock Your Hips, something I could take your bitch. I got that song. 555 Fast Change. You Are the Aesthetic, period. And then we have Never Liked You. So there is somebody that you formed like some type of group with, some type of clique. There is some type of clique or group that you need to protect yourself around. And this could just be just in general, but you need to protect yourself when you are in groups of people. So whenever you are gathering, whenever you are I just heard whenever you're making decisions. Whenever you're making decisions regarding a group, you need to cover your head. You need to protect yourself. You just need to make sure that you are protected. And there's gonna be like a quick change when it comes to a group situation. And also in this group situation, I just heard most hated, and I hate to say that, but I just heard most hated, but you're appreciated. So oh God, this goes to my spirit team is coming through and saying that make sure that you are around people that are equal to you in value. So what does this person give and what do you give? And is it the same amount? Like if the other person were to give you everything that they had and you were to give them everything that you had, who would have more? Or would it be equal? And that sounds so insane, even me saying this, y'all. And I feel like the type of messages like this, I swear I do not like really to give. But if you have to set yourself up in the environment that you aspire to be in. And wow, okay, so my spirit team is saying like you know how they say it's not where you live, it's how you live. That's actually pretty true. But then everything has a certain energy, and that energy kind of rubs off on you in little ways. Like say if you lived like in a really, really bad area, a really, really just bad area, like low vibrational area, you can make the inside of your place as beautiful as possible. And you can make the inside of your place as high vibrational as possible. But still, every time you step outside, you're going to see everything that reminds you of the complete opposite. You still have to be in that environment. You still have to go outside. You still have to. So just because you made your inside your own personal haven, when you go outside, you're still seeing everything that reminds you of everything you don't want to be in. So you can stay inside all you want to, but eventually you have to come out. And they're giving me that analogy, but using it with yourself. Like, of course, you're great on the inside, you're high vibe on the inside, you have reached a certain point of like mastery in some type of way, shape, or form on the inside. You got it. Like, I just heard you go, girl. Like, my guys was like, you go, girl, or man, or boy. But the outside, so what you're seeing on the outside, the people you're seeing on the outside, the groups of people that you're connecting with on the outside isn't matching up. So it's like, even though you're so rich on the inside, even though you're so elevated on the inside, your outside is not matching. And there's only so much you can do. There's only so far you can go if your outside is constantly not matching your inside. And I'm hearing that Bible verse, casting your pearls before swine. That's what I'm hearing. And also, this could be with this, you are the aesthetic. This is also with your outer appearance. So you're so high vibrational, you're so beautiful on the inside, but you're not doing your hair. You're not doing what you need to do on the outside. And the outside matters. And this is what people don't get. I got messages about this too this morning. Like, the outside matters. The outside really does matter. So if you are elevated in the inside, which I feel like you are elevated on the inside, like you are, like there's so much, like, wow, the person that you have become and the things that you can do in the world is amazing. But it's like on the inside it's just not, I'm sorry, on the inside it's just, I mean on the outside it's just not matching. So, and I'm getting like a lot of spiritual vibes too. So it's like you're walking around and you're like this goddess on the inside, just like this badass goddess on the inside, but like you're outside, you're wearing like clothes with holes in it, or pants that you washed a million times and they didn't have their day, or you're wearing like super dirty shoes, or you're just not, the outside is not matching the inside. Your outside is not like worthy of you, and you need to work on changing the outside. And also my spirit guides are saying that you should also prepare yourself for the hate. You should prepare yourself for the other side of being amazing, because yes, you're amazing, you've done a lot, and you're going to do a lot, and life is about to get so much better for you, and you could probably already feel that improvement. But there's going to be the other side to that. And I'm thinking about Teal Swan. Y'all could be very, very spiritual, and y'all are on y'all way to doing like so many like things, but there is going to be this other side of it where there's going to be a sector of people that can't stand it, and like you're going to know about it. And my spirit team is saying that you need to prepare for that. Prepare for both ends of the coin. Like, yes, you're great in the eyes of a whole lot of people, but then in the eyes of other people, they're going to be on the other end, because there's both sides. So you need to prepare yourself for that too, is what my spirit team is saying. There was something else, but it left me. Hopefully it'll come back. But there's like this change that's happening. There's this change that's happening with this 555 change that's not going to be received well by everybody. It's not going to be received well by everyone. So you need to focus on being happy for yourself. Being happy for yourself, celebrating with yourself. It's time to look the part. It's okay, my spirit team is showing me like a combination of a bunch of different movies that where it was like this regular person, and they didn't know that they were royalty in another country, and then they find out and they go to this other country, and then they get fitted for all these like expensive gowns, expensive suits or whatever. And then so it's kind of like that with you. That's what's going on in life right now. It's kind of like, because I'm seeing somebody being somewhere that's so beneath them, and then they're just about to get like pulled out of that, and now all of a sudden you look fancy. Now all of a sudden you got your makeup done, you got your hair done, you got your nails done, you got on nicer clothes, you're looking better. And then that's when the hate train might come. But and they're not saying like don't just focus on the hate train, but just know that it's coming. And they're showing, okay. So there's like a dog outside, like they're not like roaming around, but they're in a patio of somebody else. And sometimes it scares me so bad, like sometimes I'll walk by and a dog will start barking and it'll scare me. I'm like, oh my God, whoo, you scared me. But this time when I was walking out the door, I prepared myself. I was like, okay, the dog is gonna come out and he's gonna bark. Let me prepare myself for it. And the same thing happened. I passed by the dog barked, but this time I was like unfazed by it. My heart didn't even start to beat. I didn't get any anxiety at all. But that was because I prepared myself for it. I was like, okay, the dog is gonna bark. Let me prepare myself. So yeah, my spirit teams want to come through and let y'all know to prepare yourselves for greatness, but also prepare yourselves for the inevitable haters. So yes, Paul 2. If you need a personal reading, take a look at my description. I got so many things to offer. I have personal readings, I have group readings, I have coaching services for timeline jumping, and I will be offering a lot more services in the future. So go take a look down there if y'all want a personal reading. I love doing personal readings. That's the best part of my day. And yeah, so yeah, thank y'all for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Hey Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Today we are going to be seeing whatever comes out for you. My guides let me know to do this topic today, and I asked them, should we just do like messages from their guides? And they were like, no, messages from your guides. So they wanted me to give messages directly from them. So yeah, let's see what we got. So for your tarot card, you have the 5 of Swords, and then we have movie, Dirk, Meg and Dirk movie. I love that song. Love wins. You will you always smell really good. People love your scent. And then we have you're meant to live to 100. First thing I'm getting is my spirit team is saying that there is some type of cycle. There's some type of cycle that's ending. That there's some type of and then I was going counterclockwise. There is some type of cycle that is ending, and I'm seeing like a spiral in there. I'm doing like this. So there is something that's happening for you today. I just heard today. There's something that happened, or there's something that is happening for you today that kind of goes back and changes everything in the past and makes everything better in the future. What I mean by this is like I don't know if y'all ever heard of the exercise where you think of your brain as an object, like as a room, and then you imagine yourself going into that room, and you look at the room and you imagine whatever you want to imagine. It could be jars, it could be anything, and you imagine that each one of those jars are a different memory. And then if you want to get rid of the memory or whatever, you can take the jar and you can like bury it or put it in a box or something like that. It's reminding me of that. There's some type of psychological thing. Maybe it was a trauma, bad experience. It was something bad. There is some type of something that was going on in your psyche that is being healed across all timelines, because when you change something on one timeline, everything else changes on other timelines. So there could have been like a past trauma, past memory that you have successfully healed, that is healing you across all timelines. So if you got hurt in the past and you did a whole bunch of different actions because of that hurt, those actions that you made, those wrong actions that you made out of hurt, are going to be settled. They're going to be, I just heard karma is paid. Like they're going to be resolved. That is amazing, actually. They're gonna be resolved. So something that you just got over, a cycle that you just got through, it's like a domino effect throughout all timeline. Now everything is healing. And I just heard now everyone is healing. This could have something to do with like a past loved one, passed on loved one, an ancestor, or something like that. You know how people are always talking about breaking generational curses, blah de blah. You actually broke a generational curse, and this could have a lot to do with age. A lot of y'all could have like a lot of, maybe you have a lot of family members that die young or something, or in their early life, and this has something to do with that. This has something to do with like vitality also. I just heard vitality. And it has something to do with self-care, mentally, caring for yourself mentally, caring for yourself physically, caring for yourself spiritually, caring for yourself emotionally. There's something that you're doing. You're caring for yourself, and you've been doing this for a while, and it hit. It finally like hit. And I don't know why I'm seeing that that show that everybody used to watch, Squid Games. So that's just letting me know that you've been through the fire. You have been through the fire. You had the whole family on your back. Even if you're the black sheep, you had the whole family on your back, and now you're winning. It's like this, I'm looking at this big tube of money like on Squid Games. I'm looking at all of this money that you get to like go home with at the end of like the battle, and you was the last one standing. So in some way, shape, or form, in your family, in your circle, wherever it is, you are the last one standing. And then we have this love wins. Yes. No matter what you went through, you did not let it taint you in the way that it could have. Because it could have made you I'm seeing Adolf Hitler in my third eye. It could have made you a monster. It could have made you a monster. And it's crazy because I have the same birthday as Hitler. And sometimes I think about that and I'm like, damn, could I have, everybody could, but you could have been something drastically different, but you didn't take that route. And you broke a generational curse. And then we have this, you were meant to live to 100 years. You are meant to live to 100 years old. And I'm also thinking about how we have these different points in life where we could pass away. Like, I think it's supposed to be like 7 different exit moments in your life. So if you never heard about this, there's 7 different exit points in your life where you could potentially, be deceased. And it's gonna be up to you, like, of course, spiritually, which one you choose. And like, I'm getting for this pile that most of your exit points are like behind you, meaning that you're living a really, really long life. Like, you're living a long life. You're gonna be out living a lot of people. And it has a lot to do with your self-care, has a lot to do with your, not just self-care on the outside though, it's self-care mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. You're going to be taking care of yourself, and you could find yourself naturally doing more. And another thing my guys are saying is that self-care, taking care of yourself, means something completely different than what it may have meant in the past for you. In the past, it could have meant like doing facials and doing nails, and of course that's a kind of self-care too, but you are learning how to like really take care of yourself. Like, taking care of yourself it won't be a joke anymore. It will be something that you naturally do because you love yourself. Like, you are generating like self-love. You love yourself. And you love yourself like with all of the flaws, like you love yourself enough to say, okay, I was wrong when I did that. You love yourself enough to also, what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't want to say discipline, but you love yourself enough to do the things that you know that you need to do for you, even if you feel like I don't want to do this or I shouldn't be doing this. You love yourself. I just heard you love yourself like a child. So you could be like reparenting yourself, or you succeeded at reparenting yourself. You succeeded. You could be like a motherless child or a fatherless child, or you could have just felt abandoned in some type of way by your parents. But you have succeeded at loving yourself. You succeeded at reparenting yourself. You could have been working on this for a really long time. You could have been working on this for a really long time. I just heard somebody was reparenting you. So some people could have grown up like without their parents or whatever, but you reparented yourself in some type of way. There is something that you did over and over and over again for a long enough period of time to where you've broke the shackles and you've broke the pattern. I'm gonna get one more card for y'all. And I didn't hear it, but I saw it. From the Hood and Pretty Lips. So there's also could be changes in your appearance, pile 3. That is a result of this. So if you used to have like low self-esteem, or you used to be insecure about something that physically, like how you physically look, you're gonna be looking a lot better as a result of this. You could be having like changes. You could be having like physical changes, and this is a result of that. You're looking more brighter, more beautiful, more glowy. Yeah. And also this has to do also with your surroundings. Your surroundings are going to be getting a lot more beautiful too. So pile 3, I offer so much in my description. I offer readings, I offer group readings, I offer coaching for timeline jumping, and much more. So if you would like a personal reading or anything else, check out my description. And thank y'all for like, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hey pile 4, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be seeing whatever comes out, because I was talking to my guys and they suggested that I do this topic, and I was asking if I should get messages from your guys, but they were like, no, messages from your guys. So yeah, we're getting messages from my guys specifically. So yeah, let's see. Something is different. Something is different about this particular one. But anyways, let's see what you got. For your tarot, we have the 9 of Wands. And then we have pretty hair. Pretty hair. Internet. You're so talented. And jealous of your chillins. Of your children. I don't know why I said it like that. So, pile 4. There is someone that could be going to bat for you, like unbeknownst to you. They're going for to bat for you. They're defending you. They're defending like your honor, and you could be just like none the wiser. And it also could have something to do with your hair. I was getting so many different messages this morning, and now it's all making sense because I was supposed to do this reading. So there is not just her pretty privilege too. there is, if you post cute pictures on the internet, or if you do anything for work that's really amazing, or just anything that you could be proud of, the haters, they are out. But you will be successful in everything that you do, because they are just feeding the fire to the flame that is your success. So every time somebody else talks about you, or says something about you, or thinks about you, all of that energy is going towards your success. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, there is some type of energy. What do you call? There's some type of energy. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of a transmutation chamber. It's like a spell, and also I forgot what they call those kind of jars. But anyways, back in the day, still to this day, people used to have these jars, and they would put all of their DNA in it. So they would put their hair, their urine, spit, anything, and they'll put a bunch of, you know, other herbs in it. They'll put nails in it, whatever, and then they would seal the jar, and then they would bury it outside of the house. And basically this jar was meant to keep witchcraft away from them. So the idea behind the jar was to, if anybody were to ever send them negative energy or witchcraft, it would go to the jar, because the jar has your DNA in it. So the witchcraft would go to the jar instead of them. It was kind of like a protection thing. So what my guys are showing me is that you have some type of protection energy that's similar to the whole jar thing. It's like when negative energy is sent to you, it goes somewhere else. I don't know if you did a spell, if you did a transmutation ward. You could have did a transmutation ward where you turn everything negative into something positive. You could have done a spell like that. You could have been thinking about doing a spell like that. But you have a transmutation ward of some sort that is on you. So everything that is supposed to be coming to you goes somewhere else automatically. And if you have children, anything negative going towards your children is automatically going to be going to somewhere else. And for a lot of y'all didn't do this purposely. Y'all did this because of prayer. Like y'all could pray for your protection. You could pray for your kids' protection. And also I'm getting, my guys are saying, like, if you've been feeling super safe lately, that's why you could be feeling like kind of careless lately. Maybe you forgot to like lock the door or something, lock your doors, but maybe you forgot to lock your car doors, or you forgot to lock your door, or maybe you've been doing like some careless things lately, and that's just because subconsciously you know that you're protected. There's nothing that can be done to you. You have some type of energy ward, some type of transmutation ward that's on a continuous loop. So, and we have the internet, so you need to keep this up. You need to keep this up, because you are somebody that is going to be seen. Whether you are on the internet or not, you're somebody that's going to be seen, because you're shining a light. Everybody's going to have to see you, even if they don't want to. Even if you don't want to be seen, you're going to be seen, and you will always be seen. So this transmutation ward is actually essential. It's essential for you. Like, you have to do this. Being the type of person that you are, you have to have this in place. Even if it's just an energy thing and you don't like physically do it, you have to have this in place at all times. And this reminded me of this lady's video that I watched on YouTube, and she talked about a ritual that she does every single time she goes into public. So every single time that you go on the internet, even if you're just strolling, not even posting, even if you're just strolling, Every single time you go on the internet, you need to do a protection, or you can do one big protection. I tend to do them a lot. So do one big protection to where you'll never have to do another one again. Like you know it in your heart that you are protected and nobody can fuck with you. When you get to that stage to where you can really, really, truly believe it in your soul that you are protected, then that's when you know you good to go. So protect yourself as many times as you need to until the point where you feel like you are protected, which you are, but it would help for you to believe it in your soul that you protected. Like nothing can hit you, not no witchcraft, not no evil eye, not no nothing. Nobody can touch you, right? So anytime anything unfavorable happens to you, say if you get a pimple or you start to get sick or something like that, do not assume that it's evil eye or it's bad energy. Don't, because you're kind of weakening the whole, you know, your protection because you're supposed to know that you're protected. So anytime that anything unfavorable happens to you, it's not because of evil eye or anything like that. Don't even worry about it. Don't even feel like anything like that can affect you. Oh, it says keep going. I got keep going, baby. So there is something that you are either about to do or something that you've already done that's going to gain a lot of popularity and a lot of attention. Could have a lot to do with the way that you look, the way that you take care of yourself, and if you have children, the way that you take care of your children. They're trying to make you feel crazy. People are mesmerized with your voice. This can have something to do with your voice. This can have something to do with if you're not speaking, you're writing. If you're not writing, you're expressing yourself in some type of way. For photography, painting. The way that you express yourself is about to be put on blast in some type of way, shape, or form. And you're gonna know that you're protected, and other people are gonna know that you're protected. I just pulled grills. This person is not on your level. Tuesday. Yoga would be good. Yes. Also, my guys are saying always let your default way of being be peace. So if you're just sitting there in a moment, always be at peace. Let that be your baseline. Let your baseline be peace. So if you don't know what to do with yourself, if you're anxious, you're excited, whatever it is, let your baseline be peace. Go back to the baseline of peace, because when you at the baseline of peace, then you kind of reset and then you can move forward. So if you're feeling antsy and all over the place and anxious or whatever, go back to the baseline of peace, get outside. And then they're reminding me of this this video that I watched, this rain video. Peace and calm is the way that you reset yourself. So even if you need to reset yourself multiple times a day, do that, because it really benefits you. It really helps you to turn over. I don't know what that means, but it helps you to turn over. Like if your mind is going crazy, or if you're getting a whole lot of spiritual downloads, or whatever it is, you're taking in a bunch of information, how you reset your system is to go back to peace. So you can listen to a rain video, go outside, get some peace and quiet, but that's how you that's how you reset yourself. I don't know why, but I want to get one more. Red. Wow. So you receive a whole lot of messages, and you have a lot of times where you get like really, really excited, or your emotions, you have a lot of times where your emotions get really, really big. Even if it's happiness, joy, you get really big emotions. Like when you're happy, you're over the moon. And when you're mad, you are pissed. When you are joyful, you're just, nobody can take you down from that high. You feel emotions really, really big. And what my guys was saying is, when you feel those big emotions, get back to peace, because it'll reset you. It's kind of like a restart, and then you can move on. And you may need to do that multiple times a day, and nothing is wrong with that. It's just the way that your system works. So they're explaining it to me like you're like a computer or something. It's like, if you want to reboot and things are getting a little bit too chaotic in there, you want to reboot, just go back to peace, listen to a peaceful video, or go outside, even if it's just for 5 minutes, and it will literally reboot your system and you'll be good to go. So yes, pile 4, if you need a personal reading, check out my description, because I offer so much down there. I offer personal readings, group readings, coaching, and much more. So check it out, and thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.